Good morning, one and all. It is Monday, March 31st, 2014 at 10 a.m. How is everyone doing? How was your weekend? I hope it was well. I planned on getting out on Saturday and doing a bunch of fire practice with a buddy of mine. As soon as I left the house to go meet up with him, phone rang and it was work. Story of my life. So, let's get to it. Boots and footwear. I'm even going to cover socks and other things. So let's dive right in. I don't know why I didn't have the camera set up. Okay, so first of all, wool socks. I only wear wool socks. These are REI wool socks. They're a little spendy, but they're the only sock that I wear every day of the week. Even during the summer, I still wear wool socks. Now when it gets a little colder, they actually have a thicker, a wintry type sock. The little REI logo. It's a little faded. I wear these a lot. These are a bit thicker than these. Very excellent socks. I think they last a lot longer than cotton, even though they're more money. And I just think they're great. I also have these, which are a very thick wool sock, but I pretty much will only wear these when it's snowing. I believe these are 100% wool. I believe. Or they're like wool and like maybe part acrylic to keep their stretchy. When it snows, I wear these. Most of the time I wear these. Okay, now these things, pretty much I yank them right out of the boot because they suck. They're just the cheapy. These are Danner insoles that come with the boot. I've shown these hiking boots before. These are my hiking boots. These are the Solo Sassalong boots. I bought them at Sierra Trading Post. A Solo is my favorite boot company. But there are other really great boots out there, but I've never tried them on, to be honest. Doesn't mean they're not good, it's just I haven't tried them. Sorry, I kicked the camera or tripod. I always wear the Superfeet inserts. I get these at REI. I thought you could machine wash these, and I looked them up online, and apparently you can't. But all I did is I took them into the shower. Well, I took them into the bathtub, and I just took a scrub brush, and I just scrubbed them down. So these always go in my hiking boots. I don't know if you can buy these boots anymore, because I notice a lot of times the boots will be in, and then they'll last like a year, and then they yank them off. So you may not be able to get these, but you may be able to get other brands of the Solo. Some of them are very expensive, but I think for boots, having comfortable boots is well worth the money, in my opinion. I would get boots probably before I bought a cutting tool, to be honest with you, just because I do a lot of day hiking, and I want my feet to not hurt. Now, one thing I look for in boots, the first thing I look for is the sole. I don't know if you can see it, but these are Vibram. Vibram are my favorite sole. I mean, I've had these. This is my third year owning these, and this is how much tread I've got left. And I've put a lot of miles on these boots. So, in fact, I'm gonna go right into my other pair of boots. Now, I had a few guys mention Redwings, and I do own a pair, and these are it. I wore them hiking, I wore them for work, but here's the problem that I've just experienced, and it's this. I hiked the sole off of these things. I mean, look at that. And I only had these for like 2 years. So going on my third year for these Solo, 2 years on these. Now granted, I don't wear these at work, but look at the soles. that is a lot of wear and tear. Now when I went down to their store and I said, well, you know, look at these soles. I mean, you can see the Redwing logo there. I mean, that is a lot of wear. And all I'm doing is walking up and down trails. Now maybe they're not really meant for hiking, because you can see there's not a lot of tread, unlike these. But I had to get rid of these because I also had the Superfeet in here. But man, my feet were just in agony. My feet were really hurting. Like they were cutting into the sides of my feet. So I don't know why I still have them. I might just yank the laces out and just dump them. Well, speaking of laces, kind of jumping around a little bit, so I do apologize. Now, I've replaced the laces on both of these boots already. Because, you know, at the points here, they begin to, starting to show wear. So I just go to REI. I actually had another set at home, and I forgot to bring them. But they're like $4 at REI in the boot section. I've heard some guys say, well, just use paracord. No. If I can get dedicated laces, I will use them over paracord, because in my opinion, paracord is very, you know, stretchy, and I don't want stretchy cord on my boots. I will use them if I have to, but I really would rather not. That's why I always check my laces often, and as soon as they show any fraying, I toss them, because they're $4. I mean, come on, $4 is cheap. So yeah, another look at these. So look at the wear, man. I forgot how worn these were because they were just sitting on the shelf. I mean, I used to get these really cheap boots, and I would literally wear through the bottom in a month. So that's why I started buying better boots. But the Redwings didn't hold up well. Now they'll probably have dedicated outdoor Redwing boots. They're probably a lot better. I don't know. I haven't gone in their store lately because these have just been rocking. So 100% A+. Love these boots. Just make sure you keep them clean. Now I put a little Obanoff's heavy duty boot care on these. That's what this is. They actually are kind of dirty. That's my bad. I really need to take them home and wash them because the dirt can actually work itself into the leather. So I need to take these home and clean them. But Obanoff's, keep them waterproof. Although I only waterproofed them this a few months ago during the winter time, and up until that point I never had any problem with water getting in, because the tongues are gusseted clear up to the top, so they'll be waterproof right up until this point, because you know, once you get over the top it can go in. But so they're gusseted really well up, they're very comfortable, and I always, you know, really lace these down clear up to the top, and I really hammer down the, you know, really hammer them down when I tie them, which I'm gonna go straight into. A lot of guys have been talking about mucks, and I don't own any mucks, and the reason is my primary activity outdoors is day hiking. Now, I've never owned any mucks or worn any mucks, but one of my biggest worry is, since you can't lace up the mucks because they're they're like a rain boot, there's no laces on them, so you just pull. They're just a pull on. So when you're hiking down hills, and here, you know, I've got some pretty beefy hills, and you're going downhill steep, so you don't want your foot sliding into your toe box. Because I did that on another pair of these other boots that weren't really meant for hiking, and I lost a toenail because the foot was jamming into the toe and actually pushing so hard against the front of the boot that the toenail got lifted up. I have not had that problem with these boots. I've gone down some very steep hills, very steep trails with these boots, and the toe box, and you know, when you lace them up, you really lock them into your ankle here, so your foot doesn't slide forward, crushing your toes. And you know, when I'm walking also, there's very roomy toe box. So they're also, I can't even really bend these boots. I mean, I'm trying to bend them. I mean, that's all the play I get. So you want a boot that's going to hold up and be rigid. And also, if you notice that I always get tall boots, even with these, they're also tall. Because when you're walking, for me personally, I have like stepped on a rock and my foot would go like to the side like this, you know, start to twist. But because the boots are so tall and they're laced in and locked, my ankle doesn't turn, but what happens is my whole body will end up turning. And I've caught myself probably a good dozen times from falling or just tripping. And if I'm carrying if I've got a low boot on, like the hiking type, I would have twisted my ankle. But because they're nice and tall, I didn't have that problem. I also use trekking poles too, so occasionally. I don't really use trekking poles as much. When I started, I used them all the time because they really do help. And I got them in a Jeep, but I didn't bring them with me. But yeah, so there's that. If you have any more questions, I can do like another video, or PM me a question. I'm not an expert on boots. I'm just telling you what I've experienced. Now these are my 511. These are my work boots, and I have taken them hiking, but as you can tell, the ankles didn't hold up. I think I stepped on a, and also I get a split right here. So I stopped wearing them because of this. But I also put the Superfeet inside. These are just more REI laces. I really dig the REI laces. You know, for the $4, you really can't go wrong. You know, these are the thinner one. These are the rounder, thicker ones. And these are actually my current work boot. Just parading my boots around on camera. These are Danners. I know a lot of guys like Danners, and I can see why. They're a very nice boot. They're very comfortable. I also have the Superfeet in here as well, with the shoe lint. Very good boot. Which, by the way, you should always pull these out at the end of the day so that your sweat will dry and the inside of your boots will dry. They actually feel pretty good inside. So I actually hadn't intended on buying an 8-inch boot. I was going to get a 6-inch because I like those better, but I'm very happy with these. And of course, you can see right on the bottom, Vibram. So I've had these over a year, about a year and a few months, and they're still just rocking on strong. And I replaced the laces with the REI laces. I really wish I had brought, because I have another pair at home as my backup, but Vibram is where I start with all my boots now. When I shop for boots online, unfortunately, because there aren't a lot of stores that carry boots, the first thing I look for, what are the soles? If it's not Vibram, I just keep right on searching. Because, I mean, look at that. I mean, let's do I had these boots about 2 years. I mean, look at the wear difference. Non-Vibram, Vibram. Non-Vibram, Vibram. I mean, look at that's just a shocking difference. So these are only about a few months older than these as far as wear goes. And I have worn these on some hikes, so you know, proof's in the pudding. You want your boots to last, so Vibram's the way to go. At least for me. I mean, if there are other great boots out there. I mean, Merrell seem like they have really nice boots. You know, I'm really happy with these 511, but I was really upset about the split and also the wear because they're not Vibram. But they've just been rocking for me. So this is pretty much my main footwear, and I am wearing a pair of Teva sandals that you just drop on. Yes, I'm wearing sandals with socks. I know it's taboo, but yeah, if I didn't wear these, I'd be out here with just socks on and the ground to get my feet cold. And I don't really give a crap Sandals and socks. Yeah, I'll do it because I don't care. Alright, well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Inbox me if you'd like. I'm no boot expert. I can only tell you what I experienced firsthand. And I can show you the differences between those and these. You know, these probably aren't even meant as a hiking boot, but I believe that they're the work boot. So, even the work boots that had wear. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and comment, subscribe, share my videos, others. Do a video response and show me what boots you have and how much you like them. You know, maybe if you have some old boots, you know, let's see some wear difference. You know, maybe tell me what brands you enjoy. Either Danner, these are the Solo, Redwing, 511. I know some guys like military combat boots. I've actually not worn any, so I can't tell you if they're any good or not because I've never had them on my feet. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Catch you in the next one.